Hey everyone, welcome back to 22 Panels. This is the podcast that aims to examine, explore, and elevate the medium of comics. I am Tyler, and across the interwebs from me is Tad. Hey, Tad.
Hey, Tyler, how are you?
I'm actually really good. I'm
Good.
feeling, I had my medication upgraded a little bit.
Ah,
I recently went to my psychiatrist and for a medication refill, and she upped my Prozac prescription, and it has done wonders. It's crazy.
that's good.
It's crazy. I'm feeling good. So,
That's definitely good.
how about you?
Um, I've had to have my stuff upped a little bit too. So, the world we live in.
Yeah, I really do blame the political climate for my mental health. Right, the work.
Yeah.
I'm really working hard on staying positive and finding ways that I can do my part. You know.
Yep. 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 But before we get into that,
Mm-hmm.
more Diamond news this week, including all sorts of wild rumors.
Yeah.
Enough so that I'm just going to say Heidi McDonald's got a good takedown of some of the rumors at the beat, and also quite happily shares the love by telling people to uh, go to Milton Greep at ICV2 as well because his reporting has been fantastic. Um, yeah, a lot of the more crazy ideas that have floated around for what's going on in Diamond, the research just doesn't back up, and or stories are being written that like they're clearly misreading filings.
Yeah.
Um, but
Yep.
they are nearing their actual bankruptcy auction, and God knows what will happen. As a quick footnote, before we get to new to order this month, I didn't even bother to look at the Diamond catalog. So anything that
No.
was only solicited in Diamond, we won't be talking about. Not because I'm not interested in the books, but because I'm not at all convinced that anything that's not solicited through um, Lunar or PRH will actually be
Arriving.
shipping.
Yeah.
So I don't want to have people get excited about something that's going to get resolicited through Lunar or PRH and have its date pushed back because of that,
Right.
etc.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. I didn't even. Once you told me that you were just looking at Lunar for books, I didn't even bother to go to um, the Diamond previews either because
Yeah.
it doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah. Lunar and PRH continue to have more and more pages in their catalogs.
Mm-hmm.
We have just as many new to order books as we normally do.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
um so yeah. I mean, I think the only relatively major comic company I can think of that isn't distributing through either Lunar or PRH at this point is Dynamite. I don't think
Really.
Dynamite's landed at either of them yet.
Okay.
Um, but I expect that to change any day now.
Yeah.
And since Dynamite has the Disney license for so many things, I'm going to guess it'll be PRH because PRH
Is that
has all the Marvel.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Who distributes Marvel? It must be PRH.
So parent company has reason to grease wheels, etc. Um, yeah, that's my guess. My thoughts. Um, and along those lines, Oni and Magnetic Press have always been, I think, under the same corporate ownership, but now they're gonna share distribution. So we'll get Magnetic Press like did Mr. Invincible, a lot of European things. So we'll get to see more of those books because They're sharing distribution. I'm pretty certain that's mostly through Lunar. Titan is now distributing through Lunar as well. I laugh amazingly on this one because when we had Adam Rose on, or I had Adam Rose on for Huge Detective.
Right.
There were like 3 different dates for when the next issue was coming out. So we both had to like go around looking to try. He wound up finally going to Titan directly to get the date and to find out if they were still going through Diamond or if they had moved. And at the time they were still going to Diamond, but this last week it has been announced that they are through Lunar. So yeah, the 5th book will wind up being released through Lunar rather than Diamond.
It's interesting.
DC High Volume audio adaptations of the greatest Batman stories, starting with year 1.
That's cool. That's really cool.
I'm excited for this. I'd love to say they're copying us, but they're not really.
It's really cool.
We were copying other adaptations of comic books,
right?
So hopefully we'll finally get on top of again. I'm on spring break.
Did you ever listen to that Wolverine one?
Both of them. Those are written by Benjamin Percy too.
Yeah, those were done really well, and
fantastic.
I'm really hoping that these will be done just as well.
Right. And then since we have to, kind of week has it been? Well, the Department of Education is all but no more.
Right.
The Trump regime, in flagrant violation of a court order from a I want to make clear, George W. Bush appointed judge who's ruled in Trump's favor on lots of things through the years.
Mm-hmm.
This is important because, all of the messaging now is about how he's a sicko commie liberal activist lawyer because he said, no, we don't think that you've proven that these people are gang members. We're not at war with Venezuela. And once you put them in a private prison in El Salvador, it will be too late for them to assert their rights. So you need to turn the planes around until we get this figured out.
Yep.
Not much longer, the president of El Salvador tweeted out pictures of the planes landing and people being frog marched off of them with the wonderfully professional, oopsie, too late.
Yep.
Which was then retweeted by various U.S. government officials.
Yeah, it's terrible that I don't even know. I don't know what to say. I mean, first of all,
what they want us to do is like to they want to have it be that they can do whatever they want and they can paint anybody who says otherwise as supporting violent gang members.
Right.
But that's not what's going on here. The question is why? Why did it have to be done super fast? Why is one of the most horrific prisons in the world in El Salvador where they needed to be immediately rather than one of our own prisons?
Right.
Why can't you release lists of who was sent out if you're so clear that they're all violent gang members? Why is nobody willing to say they signed the order? That was the twist over the weekend.
Right.
Trump actually denied signing the order. He did. It's in the National Archive. But he said he didn't know who signed that.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. With the Department of Education being dismantled, are your role as your position? You're a paraprofessional, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And are you concerned about that being eliminated?
I would be much more so if I didn't live in the state of Illinois.
Yeah.
And for that matter, in the state of Illinois and in my particular district. My district has the money. My district believes in special education. The state of Illinois believes in special education.
Mm-hmm.
If I lived in South Dakota, Indiana, even Wisconsin, I'd be worried a lot.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the money for special education comes from the Department of Education.
Exactly.
All of the enforcement.
What's that?
All of the enforcement on special education comes from the Department of Education.
Mm-hmm.
So, without the Department of Education, just because the law says that you need to do something for kids, blah, blah, blah.
Nobody's checking, or nobody will check.
Right. There'll be nobody there to check. So, yeah.
I agree. And I'm very concerned with my own area. I don't know how Minnesota's a blue
Minnesota's
state.
good.
Yeah.
Minnesota's good. Tim Walz takes it seriously.
Very. Have you been paying attention to his?
God, yes.
It's all around the country. It's crazy.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah, my dad and I were talking last night where we thought he would run for governor again in Minnesota, but I honestly think he's gearing up for president 2028.
Maybe. I forget if there are term limits in Minnesota. I see him as either continuing to be governor, looking at a Senate seat, should there be need for him to. Possibly a VP candidate again.
Yeah.
More likely, I could see him at the Department of Interior. I could see him at the Department of Education.
Yeah.
I think, because among other things, I think that he's among the people that think it's time for a new guard.
Yes. Yep.
He's not even that old, and I think he's among the people that think he's too old to be part of the next ticket.
Yeah, you're right. He's 63.
Right. Which is absolutely young compared to our last three.
Right.
Last three presidential.
Yeah.
And for that matter, the last Republican that was that young was George W. Bush.
True. Yeah.
I mean, maybe I can't remember how old Romney was when he ran, but McCain was over 63.
Romney was in his 50s.
Okay. So Romney was younger
when he ran. I mean, I think he's probably close to 60-some now, but.
Yeah. I think Romney just retired. I thought he was in his 70s.
Oh, really? Let's look it up. Mitt Romney. Let's see. When was he born?
78 years old.
Wow. Oh, okay.
And he ran for president in 2012.
Yep.
So 13 years ago. So he was already in his 60s.
Okay.
He was retirement age.
All right.
Actually, my wife and I were just talking about we think one of the reasons why the older part of Gen X and boomers hate millennials so much is that they don't actually value money above everything.
Right.
And they
My,
certainly don't value saving for their retirement over everything. They don't value home ownership over everything.
yep.
Blah blah blah.
Yep.
And I think that like part of the problem is not that millennials don't value retirement, and it's not that millennials don't value home ownership. They just don't think either one of them are particularly realistic goals.
True. At this, yeah, in 2025, they're not,
Right.
it's not something that everyone's going to be able to get.
Right. They're like, yeah, I'm going to work until I die and I'll still be paying off my student loans then.
Mm-hmm.
So why on earth would I not why on earth would I work any harder than I have to?
Yes.
It's not going to get me ahead.
Yeah.
No evidence it'll get me ahead. And B, why would I give up on, I mean, the marshmallow experiment, where they put a marshmallow, and if you don't eat the marshmallow for an hour, they'll give you a second marshmallow.
Yes.
That's supposed to be about delayed gratification, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Children are sitting there. Children are put in front of a marshmallow. Yeah.
Right.
I've seen this.
There was like one longitudinal study that had some good results for that. But here's the thing. And I count myself in this group. Like the reason that I don't necessarily hold out on the marshmallow is because I think if I wait till tomorrow to eat the marshmallow, somebody else will just eat it first. It's not a choice between one marshmallow today and two tomorrow. It's a choice between one marshmallow today and none tomorrow. Is what it feels like. There's probably some math that doesn't completely support that, but a lot less than in our parents' generation.
Yeah.
Everything costs more, particularly among the things that you need. I mean, it used to be, don't spend more than 1/3 of your take-home pay on rent.
Right.
How many people do you know who can afford to do that? When when a one-bedroom apartment's going for $1,000+ a month, and minimum wage is still $7.50 an hour,
right?
Oh,
I agree.
Yeah. So, that's the type of week that it's been.
Yeah, it's been great.
That's the type of week that it's been. We got brand new catalog dropped on Friday. Let's talk about some cool ass books coming out in June. Let me pick for you today. This one just shouted, Tyler.
Okay. This is Blood Type from Karina Becco and Andrea Sorrentino. When you're a vampire, this is out of the pages of Epitaphs from the Abyss, right? A Monstress new EC comic milestone.
Terror in a jugular vein, baby.
When you're a vampire, everybody sucks, sooner or later. Meet Ada, an immortal vampire whose misdeeds have landed her on the doorstep of an idyllic Caribbean resort, an island paradise teeming with wealthy tourists and superstitious locals. An ample food supply for the thirsty vamp looking to get away from it all. But as Ada stalks the boundaries of her new hunting ground, she'll soon become embroiled in a deadly game of cat and mouse by moonlight as an older, wiser, and entirely different kind of predator reveals its own carnal hunger for greed and power. Who will survive when a brand new kind of blood type declares war on a cunning bloodsucker with nothing left to lose? And what will be left of them? This is going to be in shops, you guys, on June 11th from EC Oni.
I have actually read this one, and hot damn, is it good.
Is it?
Yeah. News from the Fallout #1 from Chris Condon and Jeffrey Allen Love. In 1962 Nevada, a nuclear bomb test goes horribly awry and unleashes a contaminant into the atmosphere that turns people rotten. Otis Fallows, a private in the U.S. Army who is present for the test and is the only known survivor, flees the secret Army base in search of a safe haven. But does such a place exist? From Image Comics, in stores on June 25th. Again, it's beautiful, haunting. Can't wait to read more of it. Chris is so proud of it.
Yeah, haunting is a good way to put it. That cover just gives me a little bit of the willies. Yeah, I mean, it really does look like 1962 on the cover.
Yeah,
news footage from that time period.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Robin and Batman. This is the Robin and Batman Jason Todd #1 by Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Batman has a new Robin, a rash, impulsive, reckless kid with a troubled past, who Batman was certain he could mold into Gotham's next crime fighter. But can the Dark Knight save Jason Todd from the darkness within himself? And when a mysterious new villain sets his sights on Jason, Batman finds himself doubtful that even he has what it takes to train the anger and torment out of his young ward. This is going to be in shops June 11th.
I loved the announcement so much for this that I immediately emailed Tom. Trinity, daughter of Wonder Woman, back by popular demand, and now with her own miniseries, Trinity. It all begins when the daughter of Wonder Woman embarks on her most dangerous adventure yet, to enter the timeline to find her father. And the young hero knows, messing with time has its consequences. But that doesn't mean she's learned her lesson the first time. Lizzie's first full-size adventure. Prepare for the crisis of infinite corgis. You guys know, you know how much I loved the Lizzie and the Super Sons backup stories.
Right.
I am so excited to get 6 issues of all Lizzie all the time.
That's great.
Some graphic novels.
Yeah, Altamont by Herrick Hanna and art by Charlie Adlard. After the peace and love of Woodstock, the fury and disaster of Altamont. December 1969, Woodstock and the Flower Power wave have swept the East Coast, and in response, the West Coast turns up the decibels with a festival of their own on the Altamont racetrack in Northern California. The biggest bands are booked, the Rolling Stones are headlining, and 300,000 people are expected for this peace, love, and rock and roll event. Whoa, but we all know how that actually turned out.
The Hells Angels were the security.
They were the security.
Turns out they're maybe not, particularly when they're paid in beer.
This is in stores, guys, August 20th from Image Comics.
It rhymes with Takei. From George Takei, Stephen Scott, Justin Eisinger, and Harmony Becker. George Takei has shown the world many faces. Actor, author, outspoken activist, helmsman of the Starship Enterprise, living witness to the internment of Japanese Americans, and king of social media. But until October 27th, 2005, there was always one piece missing. One face he did not show the world. There was one very intimate fact about George that he never shared. And it rhymes with Takei. Now, for the first time ever, George shares the full story of his life in the closet, his decision to come out as gay at the age of 68, and the way that moment transformed everything.
He's built, talk about his social media presence. My wife interacts with his, I don't know if it's Instagram or something like that, one of his pages, and he interacts back. He likes her comments. Oh, yeah. He's really great about being present.
He's an impressive gentleman.
Mm-hmm. All right. Model 5 Murder from Tan Wan Ji. A cyborg solves the murder of a detective who shares his same face in this sci-fi noir graphic novel. Tang Sang Loop is a space station with a population of 2 million, officially speaking, but really it's thrice more, including the cyborgs and androids. IO is a ROM Model 5, a cyborg made with biomechanical brain and synthetic muscle. While on a routine spacewalk, Io is low or Io. Io stumbles upon the body of a murdered detective, and improbably both Io and the detective are Model 5s. This is going to be in shops, you guys, on June 25th from Silver Sprocket.
Yeah, yeah. Love me a sci-fi noir.
Yeah.
This book is so good. I was I supported it on Substack, so I've read it. Brian K. Vaughan and Nico Henriken bring us Spectators, putting the graphic back in graphic novel. This unconventional supernatural romance takes a hard look at sex and violence and the very different ways we obsessively watch both. Hundreds of years in the future, New York City is haunted by many ghosts, including a voyeuristic woman who died in our present day and a mysterious gun-toting man from the distant past. Normally solo travelers, these spectators meet each other just in time to observe what might be the end of the living world. Yeah. So beautiful.
It looks great. I mean,
haunting.
Right?
Violent as fuck.
I can't wait to read it.
Explicit as fuck. Is just not for kids.
No. He's on both our lists for today as far as amazing new comics.
Yeah. And in stores September 10th.
Yeah.
All right, let's fly through some collections. You actually get to do 3 of them because they're all kind of tied together, and will be coming out on the 5th, 12th, and 19th of August.
All right, these actually are the Absolute titles that are coming out. This is Absolute Batman hardcover, Volume 1, The Zoo from Scott Snyder and Nick Dragotta, and Gabrielle Walta. A gang of masked killers terrorizes the streets of Gotham. A vigilante fights for his city, but he's not the Batman you know. The Absolute Universe, born out of Justice League's apocalyptic battle with Darkseid, ushers in a set of brand new realities that reimagine your favorite heroes as you've never seen them before. This is going to be in stores on August 5th.
And on August 12th,
we have Absolute Wonder Woman hardcover volume 1, The Last Amazon from Kelly Thompson, Hayden Sherman, and Mattia de Iulis. Okay. In a different, darker world, Diana of Themyscira was exiled to the underworld as a baby and raised by an enemy. They did not destroy her. Instead, they made her all the stronger. Tragedy, danger, and magic honed her into an even greater weapon. Long denied her Amazonian heritage, it is now time for Diana to rejoin the surface world.
And on the 19th,
Absolute Superman hardcover volume 1, Last Dust of Krypton from Jason Aaron, and art by Rafa Sandoval and Carmine
Giandomenico.
Spiraling out of the catastrophic events of absolute power, a new side of the DC universe is born, the Absolute Universe. In a different, darker world, Kal-El landed in a remote Kansas field, the last survivor from an alien planet. But even before that moment, nothing unfolded as you'd expect. Sweet.
So yeah, anybody who has been hearing about these Absolute books and not reading them can get a start on the first 3 volumes in August. Darwin Cook's The Complete Spirit Connoisseur Edition. This isn't in stores until October 8th, so I'm just going to throw it out there right now. This is quite possibly a good idea for people who are shopping for Tad's Christmas presents. Because at $100, I don't know if I'm going to be buying it when it comes out. With this Masterful storytelling and flair for noir style, Darwin Cook was uniquely suited to reintroduce Will Eisner's beloved comics creation, The Spirit, to modern audiences. Now, Darwin's The Spirit comic stories are collected in their entirety for the first time in this oversized hardcover collection presented within a beautiful slipcase. Designed by Sean Phillips, who also oversaw the Eisner-winning Richard Stark's Parker the Martini edition, Last Call, which, by the way, I also don't own either Parker Martini edition. When people are looking for birthday or Christmas presents, I mean, just throwing it out there. To which this book is a companion in size and scope. This is one of the first releases from Scott Dunbar's Act 4 through Image Comics, and it will come out on October 28th for the low price of $100 and worth every fucking penny.
It looks amazing.
I have these single issues. They're I mean, Darwin's Darwin, The Spirit's The Spirit. Put them together, and yeah,
right. It looks great.
It does. So some Kickstarters. We've got Banana Seoul, The Future of Gladiator Games, an explosive shonen manga style series from Michael Sanlaville. Has already been fully funded and is on Kickstarter through March 28th. The Fool, The Absolute Madwoman, a sapphic thriller comic with a hint of comedy and eerie supernatural elements from Vivian Nguyen. This was the darling of the Shortbox Comics Festival back in October, is again already funded and on Kickstarter through March 30th. There's one thing that I didn't put up. Junior, issue 3. Enter the Hereafterverse. Collect the People's Poltergeist first 3 issues, including a brand new 40-page anthology featuring tales from the Netherworld from Rule of 3 Comics and James III. That is kickstarting through April 1st. It's a little under halfway to go. So, like, if you read the first couple of issues of Junior, Marcus Kwame Anderson did the first issue. Or if you didn't and want to catch up, because issues 1 and 2 are also available on this Kickstarter, now is the time. We talked about Zombie Date Night last week.
Mm-hmm.
It is still funding through April 15th. And just today, one of the regulars on our 22 Panels No More Die RPG podcast pointed out that a friend of his is kickstarting a film called Curebreed. The key to the future of humanity's survival is in the curse of its past. A Cube of Justice film. This just started going. It's got 28 days left on a $50,000 goal. It's at $380. So, you know, time to like start it. But again, it's really just been started. And you know, goals include things like the movie poster or digital download of the script or set photos, that sort of thing. It's the same group of people that made a book or a movie called Illinois, which apparently is a darling of the indie horror circuit right now. So
that's great. I would love to check that
way
out.
more up Tyler's alley than mine. But
yeah, like Illinois, I love that.
When friends of the podcast are, or even friends of the podcast are involved in things that are pop culture related, we're gonna plug them.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can watch the trailer at some point, Tyler, or go watch Illinois and plug them more.
I'll reply
final
back.
Cut off. We got Ginseng Roots from Craig Thompson coming out from Pantheon on April 29th, and Wolverine and Kitty Pryde #1 from Chris Claremont and Damian Cosero from Marvel on April 30th. Get your orders in before Monday, March 31st. So, Tyler, what'd you love this week?
Well, there was a new book that we talked about a while ago.
I got to talk to Dwayne.
I know you did.
This book is so awesome.
And so this book, you guys, is Who Are the Power Pals?
Yeah.
And right off the bat, my impression was, do you remember from SpongeBob? Right.
I never got into SpongeBob, but
okay. Well, there was Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, and they were SpongeBob's heroes from an old TV show. And he got to meet them when they were later in life. And this is very much in that vein. This is really funny. This is like these.
Well, except, and this needs to be emphasized.
Yeah.
This is not has-beens.
No.
This is never worse.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
They shot the pilot and it never went further than that. There was a significant ad campaign, but very few people ever actually saw any footage from
man, you guys, I don't want to like spoil the whole thing, but it's really good. It's super funny. The artwork is amazing. It reminds me of, the Umbrella Academy a little bit.
Well, and Ahmad Rafat did the Tales from the Quick Stop.
Oh, yep. Yep.
So
super cool.
At least the second volume of that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Ted, I generally try to keep our lists different, but I could not.
Yeah, but you can't.
It was so good.
Yeah.
Saga number 72, you guys, from Brian K. Vaughan. And
it says a lot about this week that we both had it at number 2 rather than number 1.
Yeah, and that's only because I just really loved a brand new superhero. I'm doing air quotes, superhero story. It just really caught me.
And for me, it's because like a good friend didn't put out one good book, didn't put out 2 good books. He put out 2 good books and the best short story in a good anthology book.
Yeah. And then my third pick was Absolute Batman number 6 from Scott Snyder and Nick Dragata.
Yeah, I've fallen behind. I think I've read issue 1 and maybe issue 2.
Okay.
I might be one of the ones that needs to go read the Absolute Batman and Absolute Superman trade paperbacks when they come out, because read the first issues. I'm up on Absolute Wonder Woman though.
Yeah. So before you go into your list, the one on your list that I do read regularly, I mean, you know which one that is, Epitaphs from the Abyss. That was so close to being on my top 3. I mean, those stories in that, I
only actually put one story from it in mine.
That's true. Yep.
We wouldn't have crossed over if you'd.
True. Anyway, what are your top 3? What are your 3 amazing books this week?
I mean, again, Out of Alcatraz, number 1 on its own from Christopher Cantwell and Tyler Crook would have challenged Saga number 72 for the top spot. But when you throw in Challengers of the Unknown, number 4 from Cantwell and Sean Isaacs, and the Epitaphs from the Abyss, Heaven is a Rounded Diamond from 2 friends of the podcast, Christopher Cantwell and Peter Krause, and a baseball story at that. My hat's off to Chris and Company this week. They ruled my Wednesday.
I have to tell you, I missed Out of Alcatraz. I don't know if I just didn't see it on the shelf or if they were out. I didn't even think about it till I just saw it on your list.
So good.
Okay.
I've actually read the first 4.
Okay.
Because he gave them to me ahead of time.
Yeah.
But like I have the first one both digitally and physically now that I paid for as well, because it's like that good.
Okay. I'll go pick it up.
I mean, for people who don't know, there was exactly 1 prison escape from Alcatraz with the official story being
that they drown, right?
All three men drowned.
Yeah.
This plays with the idea that that's not what happened.
Yeah. I like that. The historical fiction, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, whether the guy, at least one of them made it to shore.
Right.
But yeah, I can't wait to read this story. It'll be pretty cool.
And then this one came out of nowhere. In fact, this one came so far out of nowhere that I somehow missed it when it was solicited. I know this because I didn't order it, and I would have ordered it if I'd seen it solicited. None of my normal haunts around Chicago had it in stock. They hadn't ordered it either. I had to email Alien Books, and they sent me a PDF of Black Star, which is actually an older title, but it's the first English translation of a book by Ricardo Barrero and the just outstanding artist Juan Jimenez. And it's like a space zombie caper.
Yeah.
And just like, it's so good. The art is so beautiful. So like in a week that had a crap ton of other really good books, Archaic #4, Adventure Man Family Tree #1, Absolute Flash #1, Dark Empty Void #4,
Exceptional X-Men was really good.
Deviant #9. I haven't even gotten to Exceptional X-Men yet. I have it, but I haven't managed to read it yet.
Yeah.
And I love e-viewing. It's normally one of the first ones I read.
Yeah.
But, they finally wrapped up Deviant. It was so good. The L.A. Strong charity comic was amazing. Mostly one-page stories. Last Boy was really good. Spectrum continues to be outstanding. Those Not Afraid. The Kyle Stark's serial killer contest book is just amazing. And, of course, you pointed out who are the Power Pals already.
Yeah.
A fucking crap ton of good books this week. And if anything, there are more good books coming out next week.
Yes, I saw that. So as we move on to our One Piece race, Tad,
we're dead even.
I didn't move forward at all.
I didn't even realize that was where you left off. But we're dead even, and we just had the easiest joining the crew we've ever seen, but we don't know anything about him yet.
Right.
But I loved him. You got this big skeleton guy, and Luffy goes, No, I don't want to fight. I want you to join my crew.
Come on.
And he says, all right.
I know.
He's just like, okay. Cool.
I know.
And I can't wait to get to know you, Mr. Skeleton Guy. Yeah.
So I have not read in One Piece since our last episode. This week, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't so busy that I couldn't read. I forgot to even do it.
There's so much on our plates. I mean, between like the fact that we both teach, which it is a real job. Whatever some people want to think.
Oh my God, Tad, it is the most what's the word I'm looking for? Like outside of work time that I have to put in to do my job when I'm at work. You know what I mean? I have never had to work this hard outside of work.
Right.
To prep for work.
Right. And the fact that, there's an awful lot of shit to keep track of in the world. And you have a kindergartner and
I did this
we
to
both
myself.
have other family and we keep assigning ourselves, particularly me. I assign myself so much reading for this podcast.
I know. I don't know how you do it. I honestly don't, because not only the reading side of things, but all the time that you spend recording. Okay. So that in itself takes time. And I don't even have time to do that.
Yeah, but that's fun time. That's having a 2-hour conversation with somebody.
I know.
And most of the reading time's fun too. Occasionally I wish that I wasn't choosing sometimes months in advance what I was going to have time to read. But then I remind myself that like I can change and I keep choosing not to. So
Oh,
well.
you would like to be a little more like spontaneous?
Sometimes I wish that I had a little bit more room to be spontaneous about what I read. One of the things I'm looking forward to about spring break is that I'm going to pull it off a little bit. Though we've got a big enough interview on April 1st that involves a lot of prose reading, or at least I want to do a lot of prose reading.
Okay.
That I don't know how much I'll wind up doing this, not for the show.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll see.
Okay. But yes, One Piece is.
A lot of this is all the book clubs.
I know. So, yeah, you were on like 439 last time.
You only have two things that you read for the show, plus whatever new comics that you can get to. I have Love and Rockets, and I have whatever we're reading for the Pulp Blotter, and whatever we're reading for the Comic Strip Club, and we're going through Tom King at a relatively rapid pace for that club, and whatever we read for the Joy, Resistance, Hope, and Survival Club, and the Milestone Club, and
Heavy Metal.
That's right.
Yep.
Can't even remember all of them sometimes.
So let me ask you this. How many hours are you awake a day? Like, what time do you get up and then go to bed?
Actually, I'm generally only up 14 to 16 hours a day.
And you work 8 of them, where you can read at work a little bit.
I can often get a decent amount of reading in at work.
Yeah.
That's part of my secret sauce.
Yeah.
Is I can get a decent amount of reading in at work.
I can if I do it before school starts. Once school starts, I am just going, and I just
and that's the difference between our jobs. Is like part of my job is fostering independence, so part of my job is making myself be hands off. And reading a comic book is a good way to make myself be hands off and make them come to me if they need something rather than hover over them.
Sounds good.
So, I mean, some days I'll read a ton and other days I'll read almost none.
Okay.
I mean, that's the thing. I can't count on being able to read at school.
Yeah, exactly. That's just
but I also
time.
have less that I take home with me than you do.
Yeah.
I've got less that I have to prep outside of.
Yeah. I mean, like, being an art teacher, I don't know how much prep Kelly does at home anymore now that she's been doing it.
She doesn't have to as much anymore, but she's been doing it for longer than you have. And no offense to you, is much more meticulous and put together the specific lesson, fine tune it, but not change it unless I have to once I've decided on it. And therefore there's a lot of things that it's just doing it again and therefore doesn't require the same amount of prep or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And my brain is much more like, what do I feel like doing with the kids this semester? Right. It may not be the same projects as I did with the group from last semester, because it's just my personality,
Right.
So yeah, I do create.
That would be me too. If I was if I was teaching an English class and I didn't have to like stick pretty close to what like the rest of the department was doing or whatnot, we'd be reading different books every semester.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to read the same book more than once every 3 or 4 years.
Right. Yeah, I agree with you. So I create more work for myself than I really need to at this point. But
a lot of that probably also feels less like work, and that's why you're creating it for yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you know how not to have it, but it would make it feel more like work.
Oh, being a little bit more like, um, uh,
Use the lesson plans from last semester rather than coming up with something new.
yeah, yeah. I do repeat lessons. I do that. Um, especially middle school. Middle school, it's pretty much the exact same, you know.
Right.
High school, especially in my painting class, I really enjoy just switching up the require or
Right.
what, the project for them, you know.
Right. Right.
Um, but anywho, um, we can
Speaking
move.
of painting,
Mm-hmm.
how about these beautiful pages in Monstress?
Monstrous this week for us was volume 3
I
of
don't
the.
even know how Tana Sakita manages to do, and I think it's actually Sana Takita. I think I did that wrong. Let
Yeah,
me check
Santa
really
Tequila.
quick.
Yeah.
I don't know how. I mean, they only put out 6 issues a year, but they pretty consistently put out 6 issues a year. And for like the last 3 years, they've put out their Night Eaters graphic novel that has similar art. I mean, I don't know if you've looked at any of the Night Eaters.
Yes. Yep. It does have similar kind of a painterly style, right?
Right.
Yep.
I have no idea how she manages to keep up with all of this.
I don't know.
I
But
mean, it's impressive
God,
that she can keep up with.
who is the artist on Unwritten? This reminds me of
Um,
that. Uh
a little bit, but
Peter Gross or something.
that sounds right. But yeah, Peter Gross.
Okay.
But like Peter Gross would get to like this level on covers more than inside.
You're right.
So he did like one page that was this type.
Yep.
And I don't
You're
want to
right.
say I don't want to say he was a slouch at all in terms of what he did. I mean, I love Peter Gross. One of our favorite books of last year, Animal Pound was Peter Gross, and fantastic work from Peter Gross.
Yep.
But he didn't do the same type of coloring and background and
Throughout. Yeah.
iconography throughout
Yeah. You're right.
that Sana Takita is doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gorgeous, and the story just keeps getting more twisted and
Speaking of
layered.
story,
And
I don't know if you hadn't said, "Hey, let's read Monstrous." I don't know if I would have. It's really, I don't know if it would have caught my attention. But now that
it's not an easy read.
no, it's dense, but it's cool.
So I think other than people who fall absolutely in love with the artwork, it's easier to fall away. On the flip side, they're 50 some odd issues in. So
Yes.
they clearly have a very strong base of readers.
Oh, for sure. Yep.
I mean, I think it's even harder to do it like we're doing it, where we're jumping in
Later.
and there's
Yeah.
already this much of it.
Exactly. I was just thinking that. I was like, man, I can't believe and I saw that 50 some is coming out next week or something. And I'm like, holy cow. Like this has not been on my radar. And
it's been on my radar the whole time. And I read volume 1 early enough that I could have jumped in with volume 2.
Yeah.
There's a part of me that wishes that I had. But at the time, it was just dense enough that I felt like, oh, I'm going to do this trade paperback by trade paperback. But then I realized that it was so dense that sometimes when I tried to read volume 2, I didn't get very far into it before I had to go back and reread volume 1.
I get it.
So it became clear that either I needed to live with it month by month, or I was going to need to do a lot of it at once.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of how I fell off for a while. This is my second read of the first 18 issues because I did read book one probably a couple years ago, intending to move straight into book two, but then I didn't. So, like, when we start reading this week, I'm going to be reading stuff that I've never read before.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's a really fun read, and like Tad said, it's not an easy read. I mean, it's not difficult by any means, but
no, but it's like Alan Moore density.
Yeah, I will say that.
You know, if you had 5 comics and one of them was Monstress, there's a really good chance that it would take you as long to read Monstress as it took you to read the other 4 comics combined.
I agree with that for sure.
And none of it's superfluous.
No, I agree. None of it is just too much, right? It's all good.
None of it is unnecessary. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if some of it winds up being red herrings, but it's like the right kind of red herrings. You know.
Yes.
It's not the thing that they tried and it didn't work. It's the thing that was put there to make you think the wrong thing.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, Marjorie Liu is just an amazing writer.
We keep having to reevaluate the cat.
Yeah. So those that haven't read it, it's a 2-tailed cat. You know,
2 or 3.
I was just looking at it. It's like I thought it was 2. It could be 3. Multi-tailed cat.
Yeah, definitely multi-tailed cat.
You know what I like about Volume 3? The Border Warden is like this giant sea monster, right? Yeah. That it reminds me of the Neurocomic, the Asadora, right?
Okay.
The Asadora monster.
Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that I love is like there's serious manga influence.
Yep.
But there's also serious European comic influence.
Yeah.
And there's serious
American
comic influence. And from a writing standpoint, like, you know that Marjorie just reads everything.
Yeah, it seems like that.
You know, I mean, there's a lot of Asian history, but there's also, like, you can see where the noir has come in. You can see where high fantasy comes in, you know. Yeah. It's hard to, like, put your finger on, but I love like we discovered that and it's not surprising except that like he shares a body with her. We discovered that what is it, Zin, the ancient that shares a body with Micah hasn't been exactly as reliable as a narrator on some things but it's also not clear if he's been lying or if he just didn't actually know.
Right.
I
guess I assumed he was lying, but now that it could be that he didn't actually know.
I feel like he doesn't actually know why he's considered persona non grata by the robots.
Okay.
When they went into that era.
Yeah.
You know, and they start calling him the betrayer. He doesn't feel like he understands
what's going on. Okay.
You know, there's no Han Solo, hey, it was a misunderstanding. You know, he's not even trying to defend himself because it seems like he doesn't know what he's supposed to be defending.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
I think, you know, when he didn't mention that, like, putting on the armor wasn't likely to work out the way that she wanted it to, but it would definitely work out the way he wanted it to. That was just lying. He definitely has a lot of that too.
Yep.
You know, and God, do I love Kippa.
Oh, yeah.
God, do I love Kippa. Anything happens to Kippa, and that's like lying cat. It's just not allowed.
Yeah.
It's just not allowed.
Don't touch Lion Cat.
Yeah. Well, do you know that story?
Of what?
Lion Cat, the scene. Remember the scene where Lion Cat wound up floating in space and they saved him?
And do you know what issue specific, like near?
I feel like it was in the 30s,
Okay.
maybe earlier.
Kind of remember that.
But there was a time where the Will actually stopped pursuit to go save Lion Cat because he was floating out in space after they'd had some sort of battle.
Okay. Wow. No, I didn't.
Ryan wrote it where Lion Cat died. And Fiona said, no, nope. Try
Not
again.
Not happening. She wouldn't draw it.
Yeah. She's like, unless you know how to draw it.
It's not happening. That's really funny that she stuck to her guns. Like, you can't do this. That's great. That's great.
So that's how I feel about Kippa, and I hope Santa does too.
I love it. I hope Kippa doesn't go. I'm just I hope we catch up soon because I would love to start buying this monthly.
Yeah. Yeah, I might. I mean, we right now, I want to say, I forget if 2 or 3 volumes are actually available beyond where we're at. Or no, I'm sorry. I know that
there's volume 9.
3 volumes are definitely available. Nope, 6 volumes are definitely available. So we can get through volume 9.
Yep.
Is available to read volume 10.
Sometime this year.
Well, I mean, I think they've actually. Well, then they haven't quite. Yeah, right now, volume 10 is slated for December 2nd.
Yeah.
So we will get going volume by volume. We've got 6 more weeks on this. And then I think we'll wind up treating it the way we treat Azadora or Black Hammer or Astro City, where like when the new volume comes out, it means we're slipping into the schedule.
I like that when we do that.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I bounced this off of Phil. I'm going to bounce it off of you. What do you think, if only because, oh God, does our world keep looking like it? What do you think about doing Lazarus next and doing it like issue by issue, slowly trying to read the back matter, possibly reading the side material, or at least knowing that it's possible we will, and really comparing it, both talking about the comic and talking about how this is not as improbable of a near future dystopia.
You're talking about the Greg Rucka series, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm all for it. I read a little bit of it when it was coming out, I think like 10 years ago.
Well, and it's about to start its last arc too.
Oh, okay.
Which is the other reason that I thought it would be a worthwhile thing to look at it coming up.
Yeah, I am totally on board for sure.
Okay.
That'd be fun.
So, but there, I think, and it's worth talking more just because, like, both in terms of reprinting sometimes actual stuff and in, like, otherwise plugging specific stuff. the back matter and or trying to read some of the books or articles that Greg Rucka includes in the back matter, and talking about, I mean, because I don't know how much you read, but like one of the major conceits of Lazarus is essentially that like 6 or 7 families, a very limited number of families, um, rule the entire world. And
Yeah.
anybody that's not a member of the family falls into a couple of categories. Like I'm flipping through the first issue on line right now. The first category is serfs. So serfs are people who actually work for the family and therefore get fed and housed and like live normal lives the way, say, you and I live normal lives now, with the families being more the Elon Musk lives. And then everybody else is considered waste. So here we are, Central California, the San Joaquin Valley. Facility Harvest 1, family Carlisle, population family 2, temporary, population serf 512, population waste 32,500 estimated.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I don't remember a lot of this. I can't wait to reread it.
And you want, I mean, it's not, it's really the the background on the story, the mechanics. You pick up a lot of the mechanics for what the the who's considered waste, who's considered, and what little there is ability to go between them. But it's not about those mechanics. It's about like the drama between the families, and the mechanics are just kind of thrown in there.
Yeah.
And man, does that make it even more haunting.
Yeah, the artwork just looks great.
Yeah. Michael Lark is a pro. So
yeah. Tell Phil I'm on board.
All right. So that'll be the plan. 6 more weeks of Monstress, and then Lazarus, probably issue by issue.
Great.
Just because I feel like kind of like how we went from going book by book with Monstress to slowing down to volume by volume. I think that even if we tried to do volumes with Lazarus, the conversations that we want to have are little enough about the comic and more about what the comic makes us think about, that I think going slower is going to be what we want to do.
I agree. That sounds good to me.
That's my thoughts. So with all of that said, next week, God, there's so many good stuff coming out next week. I'm going to start with the things that I've read and know are fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Far Down Below from Chris Condon and Gedges Shaw at Mad Cave. The Harley Quinn Fartacular, silent but deadly, from Joanna Sterer, Ted Brandt, and Rose Sign at DC. Howl #3 from Melissa Whitney and Morissette at Ahoy. And We're Taking Everyone Down With Us #1 from Matthew Rosenberg and Stefano Landini at Image. These are all amazing, and I've read them already. Also, Batman Dark Age is collected next week.
I almost put that on my list, but I've read it in issues, but I am looking forward to the hardcover.
I wound up having to leave Well, a couple of them made your list, thank God. So we won't talk about the ones that made your list. But I left Dennis Camp's Absolute Martian Manhunter, Tom King's Black Canary, Best of the Best, Tom King's Wonder Woman, Chris Cantwell's Star Trek Defiant, Fred Van Lente's Murder Kingdom, Chris Condon's Green Arrow, Long Cold Winter, Falling in Love on the Path to Hell, Feral, Exorcism at 1600 Pen. These are all things that didn't make my top three, Tyler.
It's crazy because I know a few of those that you would have loved, or that
Exactly.
that you should.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
This is what I'm saying.
it's such a good week,
and part of that is because all of my list this week is number ones. I mean, Martian Manhunters are number one, but it didn't fit because we've got Bitterroot, The Next Movement from David Walker, Chuck Brown, and Sanford Green. I love Bitterroot. I'm so excited for this book, particularly after talking to them about like what went into it. Free for All number one from Patrick Horvath. I think it's a one shot. And You'll Do Bad Things from Tyler Boss and Adriano Tortolucci.
I am really looking forward to both your number 2 and 3. Free for All looks really cool.
Yeah. Yep.
And You'll Do Bad Things. I mean, Tyler Boss, come on. It's going to
be. Exactly. This is what I'm saying. I don't know how I'm sorry, I'm taking your thunder here. I don't know how your first book didn't make my list. I never in a million years thought that your first book wouldn't be on the 3 books that I was most excited for.
Funny. Money Shot, Big Bang, number 0 from Tim Seeley, Patton Oswalt, Sarah Beatty, Rebecca Isaacs, Giselle Lagacci from Vault. This is a prequel, right? I think I don't
even know. It's Money Shot. It's Patton Oswalt.
I think the story though is like before, but anyway, It doesn't matter.
Who cares?
Who cares? It's really funny, guys. If you like that kind of humor,
it's a funny version of the dystopian world that we live in.
Yeah.
It's the world where the government stops paying for science, so scientists go into space and make porn to pay for science.
Yeah. And it's really great, you guys. Like, the writing is top notch. Tim Seeley and Patton Oswalt are just killing it.
So this is the first one that Patton's been on. So I'm assuming that he'll be killing it.
Oh, I just assumed he's been on it before. Okay.
No, it's been Seeley and Beatty.
Okay. Then I don't even know what number it is, but Batman: The Long Halloween.
I think it's 6.
Number 6.
Yeah.
If you like The Long Halloween, definitely check out this follow-up.
If you like Long Halloween and Dark Victory, this is up your alley.
Yep.
Tim Sale unfortunately passed away, but I think the decision to do a different artist each issue, and particularly the quality of the artists that they've had, has been like really special.
Oh yeah, Bill Sienkiewicz last week or 2 weeks ago.
Mark Chiarello did an issue. Cliff Chang did an issue.
Yep. And then my third pick for next week for books that I hope will be amazing is Patchwork Girl of Oz number 3 from Otis Frampton.
I love the first 2. We're gonna have to reach out to Otis one of these days.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I've had some Instagram interaction with him, so I'm gonna go, hey, come talk Patchwork Girl with us.
Yeah, because at the end of issue 2, we got to actually see the Patchwork Girl.
Yep.
So I'm really excited to see where this goes. I mean, it's an Oz story, so they're fun,
Yeah, it's like my favorite Oz story.
Yeah. So cool. Well,
another one in the books.
That's an episode.
That makes
right
176, Tyler.
I know. It's crazy.
You realize we're gonna clear 200 this year.
That's awesome. That's amazing. We have just
I mean, we've got more than 500 total, but we're gonna clear 200 weeks this year.
I know. That's crazy.
Did you think we'd still be doing it this long when you asked me to do this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did.
You had more faith in me than I had in me. I'm glad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I just thought, for as long as I'm reading comics, I want to do a weekly episode where I get to talk about them. And I'm still reading comics. So, I hope there comes a time in our upcoming years where I do have the time to do the interviews with you,
Do more interviews again.
Yeah, I miss that.
As your kids get as your daughter gets older,
Yeah.
once you've settled into wherever you're moving next, that sort of thing,
Yeah.
you'll have less on your plate.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, most of the time when you don't have time for interviews, you're doing cool stuff. You're in plays or you're in
Yeah. I mean,
whatever.
that's
I
kind of,
think the only thing that you do that, like, if you had a choice between the interview and the thing that you're doing, you'd choose the interview is the tutoring you do.
right. Yeah. The
And
tutoring.
it's not that you dislike that. It's just that, like, you have to choose the money over talking to whoever.
Exactly. Like, for example, like as soon as we're done here, I'm meeting with Bobby. We meet over Zoom, which is really great. Because then I can share my screen with him. I log into his stuff, share my screen with him, and because he can't write, and that's what I tutor him over.
So what you're saying is we need to work harder on you learning to multitask, because since you're working over Zoom, is there really a reason that you couldn't be Zooming on a different device to do the interview, muting yourself, helping out with the writing, and coming back? I'm just saying.
Well, considering the way he and I write, I do the physical writing, typing. He is dictating to me what he wants.
Gotcha.
His disability.
This is what AI is for. Then you can just fix the spelling.
His disability is such that he really cannot get it out in a reasonable amount of time.
No, I mean, I understand.
It would take him literally his teachers right now are requiring basically a report a week in this class. And it would take him 2 to 3 weeks to do one,
Right.
Right. So anyway.
No, I get it. You want to take us out?
Yeah. Sorry. I'm just babbling about tutoring. Anyway, guys.
Hey, I started it. I got you on it.
Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll be back shortly with another interview, I'm sure. I've got them.
Well, book club tonight, club tomorrow.
I've got
interview on Tuesday.
Well, I've got some on deck, right? That you did last week.
You mean the ones that you haven't put up yet?
Yeah.
I just meant my schedule's got a book club tonight, book club tomorrow, interview on Tuesday. Wednesday, I might not have anything.
Yeah.
Let me look at the calendar.
Actually, Tad, I'm looking at this. All of our interviews are posted.
Okay.
What's not posted? Oh, never mind. We're missing the Ted and Soren one has to go out in Dennis Kitchen.
No. That's another one that you should put up, but not that one and the mother-daughter, the Cecilia and Waverly. Those you can upload, but don't make them live yet.
Okay.
Because their Kickstarters haven't started, and they asked us to hold them.
Okay.
That's good. What I texted you about, man. But you're supposed to take us out. Now we're sharing all this stuff on the air.
Yep. All right, guys. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you guys after the next page. See ya. Hey guys, this is Tyler from 22 Panels. I'm here to tell you all about our Patreon. If you enjoy this show, please consider donating to our Patreon to keep this show going. We have many different tiers, all different levels to help you decide what's right for you. Okay, so get on out there to patreon.com/22panelspodcast.